Ethiopia has been the subject of unfair and biased scrutiny at this august body for more than a year now. The activities around this council seems to be driven by a politically motivated and slanted narratives. Such misguided campaign against Ethiopia must stop at a time the government of Ethiopia is implementing the recommendations of the Joint Investigating Team. Ethiopia abides by its international human rights and international humanitarian law obligations. Even at a time the country is confronting an insurrectionist armed group that has endangered the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the country, Ethiopia remains firmly committed to human rights. The insurrectionist group is clearly intent on reversing the political and economic reforms being implemented by a popularly elected government and is trying to use violence to bring about unconstitutional change of government. Mr. President, from the outset, Ethiopia objected to the establishment of the Commission. The Commission was founded on a series of erroneous premises. Ironically, some members of this Council confess this and express regrets to us, agreeing that this was politically motivated. Despite these reservations, however, the government engaged the Commission in a genuine effort of arriving at modalities that could have allowed us to work with the Commission. The Commission was adamant that its mandate is not confined to the conflict area but the whole country. It also wanted, as it did, to unnecessarily duplicate and undermine the work of the Joint Investigation Team. The Commission has submitted a report of substandard quality. Its allegations are unsubstantiated and not meeting the standard of proof for such investigations. It has fallen prey to those well accustomed to deceiving bodies of this nature. The report fails to meet a modicum of objectivity, professionalism, and impartiality. It makes grave accusations against the government and its armed forces without adducing proof, just based on telephone conversation and web-based submissions. This is irresponsible. This practice of targeting countries like Ethiopia ultimately undermines the authority and the credibility of the Human Rights Council. Without doubt, the report is selective and discriminatory, and its conclusions are politically motivated. The TPL bluntly violated the humanitarian truth, reigniting the conflict. It stole fuel destined for the delivery of humanitarian aid. It is absurd that the Commission tries to make the government sound like a culprit in this scenario. We believe there should be accountability and a safeguard to ensure that humanitarian aid will not be diverted to advancing the aggression of the TPLF. The Commission could have investigated atrocities committed by the TPLF in Amhara and Afar region. However, it only made fleeting references and also completely overlooked the use of child soldiers and the violent and forceful recruitment of fighters by the TPLF, including in refugee camps in neighboring countries. This calls into question the Commission's ability to shoulder this task objectively and impartially. A document containing our detailed response is distributed in English language, which was prepared based on the draft we received. The final version makes even more extreme allegations, going as far as divining the intent of our forces during the conflict. Mr. President, Ethiopia is taking concrete measures to bring perpetrators of human rights violations to justice. In this endeavor, we will continue working with the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights in Ethiopia and other international partners. The Interministerial Task Force has published a preliminary report outlining its findings in relation to some of the areas affected by the conflict. Ethiopia is committed to peacefully resolve the conflict under the auspices of the African Union. The Commission's political pronouncement referring to the UN Security Council are ultra-virus and betray political motivations that go beyond human rights. We therefore call on the members of the Council to reject this report and to any attempt to extend the mandate of this Commission. I thank you.